Meanwhile, Sheena's Jungle Room and Mid-Valley Mutations proudly present Dimestore Radio Theater.
Cheese it, it's the heat.
Dimestore Radio Theater and Sheena's Jungle Room present a mid-century pot party. Crime is rampant in the Mid-Valley, and the law are hard at work, arresting innocent bystanders and using radio propaganda to make things sound much worse than it really is. On this, a numerologically interesting date for some communities out there, we offer a glimpse into the problem and delight of jazz cigarettes, proliferated through inaccurate and overly dramatic radio broadcasts. Through these 4 homegrown selections from our pot past, plus a bonus pinner during Dimestore Revelations, we offer you a brief inhale of the stuff the criminal underworld dealt with, as the weighty hand of John Q. Law managed to snatch away nearly everything they could pass on the left-hand side. It's a hazy and cautionary installment of Dimestore Radio Theater, as we try to clear away the smoke long enough to let these stories of crime and propaganda seriously harsh your mellow, dude. Our first installment this week, Stand By for Crime, with a story involving the dankest of nugs, the marijuana mystery.
Stand by for crime. Chuck Morgan speaking, KOP newscaster in Los Angeles. You know, in spite of all the kidding that goes on between my blonde secretary, Carol Curtis, and me, she's really quite a gal. I depend upon her more than I sometimes care to admit. She's an eager beaver when it comes to lining up feature stories for my broadcasts, which, when you have to dig up 2 features a day, is a big help. But every once in a while, Carol goes overboard in her attempts to ferret out these features. Like last week, she claimed she had a hot tip from a mysterious person whose name she didn't know and who told her that a big shipment of marijuana was scheduled to be smuggled across the border at Calexico. And if we wanted an 8-columned headline yarn, we'd better be on hand. Well, I wrote that one off to one of those crackpots that were forever phoning in and told Carol we'd cover the Iowa State picnic instead. 2 mornings later, I arrived at my office prepared to be greeted by Carol's cheerful grin, as usual, and instead found Pappy Mansfield, owner of KOP, sitting at her desk. Hello, Pappy. Where's Carol?
Hi, Chuck. What do you mean, where's Carol? Didn't she tell you?
Tell me. What?
Why, day before yesterday, she asked for a couple of days off, and I told her she could have them.
Oh, she did? And you did?
Yeah.
How do you like that? She's got a nerve. Who does she think she's working for anyway? If she wants to be my secretary, then
Now, just take it easy, Chucky boy. It happens that you weren't around when Carol made that request. And since I only happen to own this coffee pot you're both working for, she probably figured that I was next in authority, so she asked me for the leave of absence.
Leave of absence? That sounds as though she's going to be gone for a year. Where'd you say she was going?
Your phone's ringing, Chucky boy.
I asked you where she said she was going.
She didn't say, and your phone's still ringing.
How about that? I hire a secretary, and she walks out on me just when I need her the most. I ask you, how about that?
Chuck, answer that phone.
You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll fire that wench. Hello? She's got to understand that I'm the boss as far as she's concerned.
Someone's talking to you, Chucky boy.
Huh? Oh. Hello, who is it? What do you want?
It's Carol, darling. Now, listen.
Now, look, Glamour Puss, you're fired. Do you hear that? You're fired. Where are you anyway?
I'm in jail at Calexico.
A likely story. Now, what did you say?
I said I was in jail in Calexico. I was caught trying to smuggle marijuana across the border.
Oh, you dope. You empty-headed dope. Pappy, kick that chair over here, will you? I think I better sit down.
Sure. So she got caught, did she?
You're not being funny, Pappy.
I think I am.
Chuck, are you still there? Who are you talking to?
A man with no sense of humor. Now, look, Glamour Puss,
I was framed, Chuck, and I'm mad and uncomfortable and disgusted. And you've got to come down and identify me because they won't believe I'm who I am.
What do you mean you were framed?
Well, I went across the border, and when I came back, the customs officials opened my suitcase, and there was about a ton of marijuana inside. Oh, Chuck, the meals are horrible in this jail. Will you please hurry up?
Framed meals, hurry up. Okay, Grammar Puss, I'll be there.
Anything wrong, Chuck?
No, not a thing, Pappy, not a thing. By the way, I'd like to have a 2-day leave of absence. How about it?
Why, sure, Chuck. Of course, you realize when you take a leave of absence, your pay stops.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Pappy, stop my pay. I'm leaving for Calexico.
Sheena's Jungle Room and Mid-Valley Mutations offer another tale from Stand By for Crime. And this week, brought to you by Little Egypt brand cigarettes. Stay away from those hep sticks from way back if you want to keep your job in this economy. Instead, you should be smoking government-sanctioned Little Egypt brand cigarettes. Don't risk getting caught green-handed, when instead you could be addicted to Little Egypt brand cigarettes instead. Now available in the pyramid-shaped box. Now we return you to another sensational story, completely unbelievable and part of our propaganda package here from Stand By for Crime.
Calexico is a border town lying some 200 miles southeast of Los Angeles. On the other side of the line in Old Mexico, the town is called Mexicali, the names of both being a play on words. A bunch of years ago, there was a song written about Mexicali and some kind of rose. I can hear it now. As I recall, it won popular favor. When I pulled into town around 4 in the afternoon and went immediately to the customs office, Glamour Puss had said she was in jail, but I figured it might be a good idea to establish her identity before I went over to bail her out. I was pleasantly surprised to discover that the customs official in charge was a man named Dave Walker, whom I knew when he was stationed at Tijuana. Dave was sitting in his office with his feet cocked up on his desk, and there was a good-looking blonde babe with him. The blonde babe I recognized, too. Her name was Carol Curtis.
Hi, Chucky boy. Come on in and sit down.
Well, Chuck Morgan. How are you, boy? Long time no see.
Good to see you, Dave. Who's the babe?
Who's it? Okay, I'll go along with the gag. The babe claims she's Carol Curtis. She was picked up this morning trying to run some marijuana across the line.
I see. What's the rap for that, Dave?
Oh, 4 or 5 years.
Good. She deserves it.
Yeah. Say, look, Chuck, if you really want in on a big story...
Sorry, Dave. I'll see you around.
Chuck.
Who said that?
Okay, funny man, you've had your joke. Now, if you'll
I'm
just
sorry,
listen...
ma'am. You seem to have the advantage. Am I supposed to know you're prisoner, Dave?
Well, look, Chuck, you don't have to...
There's only one thing I have to do, Dave, and that's get back to L.A. and report to Pappy Mansfield so I can get back on the payroll. I was asked to come down here and identify someone who was mistaken for a smuggler. Well, I haven't seen anyone to identify.
Oh, Chuck, for heaven's sake.
That expression sounds familiar, but I still don't know the face. Oh, there's just one thing, Dave. Was this babe actually picked up, and did you find marijuana in her suitcase?
Well, yeah, only it was a gag. You see, she wanted
That's
you
enough
to come...
for me. I've been sucked in on deals like this before. This time I'm bowing out. You have your prisoner and the evidence. Carry on, old boy. So long.
Chuck!
I went out of there and I was mad. I should have known the whole thing was a trick of Carol's to get me down here, just because of a crackpot telephone call. Well, it was high time that she understood that Then I stopped thinking along those lines and stood stock still, staring at a yellow custom-built convertible parked across the street. Most anyone in L.A. would have recognized the convertible. It belonged to Max Craig, the gangster, racketeer, gambler. As I watched, Max himself came along the street, got into the convertible, and drove away. So what was Max doing in Calexico? For my money, there was only one answer to that. Max was mixed up in the smuggling. Well, that would make a good story. I was on the verge of turning back to the customs office when a girl came running across the street.
Senor Morgan!
What? Rosita! Well, I'll be. Rosita Gonzalez. How are things? What are you doing in Calexico?
Oh, then you remember me, see?
Remember you? How could I forget? How long ago was it we worked on that story? A couple of months, wasn't it?
Almost, I think. I am very happy that you could come this time. I think you will have a big story.
You sound as though you expected me.
Oh, see. Didn't Miss Curtis tell you?
Miss Curtis. Look, Rosita, let's duck into one of these saloons where we can order a beer and talk. So it was you who called Carol.
See, for many reasons I disguised my voice. You must promise to keep what I tell you very secret.
Sure, I won't say a word.
Gracias. First, you must know that I am a member of the Border Patrol.
No kidding.
See. As you know, my husband Jose was killed by smugglers some time ago.
Yeah, I had a hand in running down his murderer.
And for that, I am very grateful, senor. That is why I called you about the dope smugglers. It will make a big story, I think.
Well, that's fine, Rosita, but dope smuggling doesn't make very good copy anymore. It's become too common. Now, if you could set it up so the boys could dig up the big shot...
That is what we are going to do tonight, senor. As you say, there are many little men who smuggle dope. All of them work for this big shot. When one of the little men is captured, the big shot merely hires another small man to do his dirty work for him.
Yeah, and Mr. Vig is too doggone smart to ever show himself.
But we have contact.
Oh?
You see, senor, in the dope division of the Border Patrol, there are only 50 men to guard 2,000 miles of boundary.
Yeah, I knew they were pretty badly undermanned.
50 are enough, senor. It is easy enough to smuggle the dope across the border. It is after it is in the United States that the arrests are made, when the contraband is transferred to the American distributors.
I should think that'd be the toughest part of all.
Oh, no. It is the contacts, the informers who make it easy. Some of these people we pay. Some inform because of dislike for dope smugglers. Oh, there are many reasons.
I see.
There is one man in town who is my contact, senor. He is a very important man. Many times he has given me information that has led to the capture of the smugglers and dealers.
Oh, who is this gent?
I will tell you his name, senor, because you must meet him. But again, I must ask you not to repeat. If his identity becomes known, the patrol will suffer greatly.
I understand perfectly.
His name is Pancho Florit, a naturalized American. He is an important man in town, a banker and politician. He has many friends among the peons. Many sources of information are open to him.
And does Senor Florit know the identity of the big shot?
Several days ago, a big shipment of marijuana came across the border. It will be worth many thousands of dollars when it is sold retail. Pancho has information that the big shot himself will be on hand to pay the money and receive the contraband.
Does Florit know where the transfer will take place?
Tonight, senor, Pancho will meet you and me at a secret place. He will give us the information we need.
You and me? Well, isn't the patrol going to be in on this?
Senor, as you know, I am a very excellent shot.
Yeah.
It would be a great honor to me to make this arrest alone. And to you, senor, would go the honor of what you call the scoop.
Zita, if you hadn't held me prisoner for a whole day in Dead Horse Canyon a couple of months ago, I'd turn this deal down flat, but...
Oh, then you will do it, senor, see?
See, but for many more reasons than you think. There's just one thing. If you're seen so frequently in the company of Senor Florit, wouldn't it...
Oh, Senor Morgan, no one knows I am a member of the patrol. And this Senor Florit is young and very handsome.
I drove out of town about 10 miles and stopped at a motor court. At 10 o'clock that night, Rosita picked me up. We drove along the highway for a half a dozen miles, then turned off into the desert. We came to a wide spot in a dirt road and parked, switching off the lights. There was a crescent moon hanging on the horizon and a soft breeze blowing. You sure your boyfriend will show up?
He is not my boyfriend, senor. Pancho is married and very happy with his family. I envy him.
But you said that...
That he is young and handsome? See. It is very convenient for the roles we both play in this game.
I see. Does the patrol pay Florit for the information he supplies?
Pancho will accept no money.
Oh?
He has 3 children. People who handle dope, he detests more than the lowest form of like. He has seen too many lives wrecked.
Yeah, I can go along with him there. Listen. A car was approaching over the bumpy road, its lights out. In a moment, it drew alongside. A man got out, and Rosita introduced me to him. In the dim light, I could see that he was, as Rosita said, young and handsome. He motioned Rosita to get out, and they crouched over a smooth place on the ground. Florit drew a rough map with a stick, speaking rapidly in Spanish. And he scuffed out the map, said goodbye to me briefly, and drove away. Rosita and I started ahead along the gravel road. This is all very mysterious.
It is the only way the smugglers will operate when they make the transfer.
Oh, why is that?
It is very quiet on the desert at night. An approaching automobile can be heard a long way off.
I get it. Where are we going now?
There is a deserted range camp not far from here. It is there that the rendezvous will be made.
We reached the range camp in about half hour, and Rosita parked behind a clump of mesquite. And she opened up the trunk compartment, took out a flashlight and 2 guns. She gave me one of the guns, and we went inside.
It will be a long wait, senor. You do not mind?
Not at all. I have charming company.
Gracias. But we must not talk or smoke.
Right.
The smugglers will arrive first with the dope. We must hold them prisoner until the man who is to buy it arrives.
So we waited. An hour passed. 2. The hankering for a cigarette was becoming unbearable. I was considering making a tent of my coat and lighting up when Rosita said,
Shh, listen, I think they are coming. This is strange. But you said they would arrive by horseback.
Something's gone wrong, do you think?
I do not know, but whoever these are, they will not be friends.
I had an uneasy feeling there'd been a hitch somewhere along the line, but there wasn't anything we could do about it now. The car stopped outside, and we heard footsteps approaching the shack. It sounded as though there were a dozen or more. Then the door opened and people came in. All right, get your hands up. Why, you get up.
Don't shoot again, senor. It is Miss Curtis. You have hit her.
Sheena's Jungle Room and Mid-Valley Mutations are excited to offer you another story from Stand By for Crime. And this week, brought to you by Little Egypt brand cigarettes. The next time you and your friends have a party, make sure to only bring Little Egypt brand cigarettes if you don't want the cops to show up too. Just remember, getting high isn't fly. Unless you plan to use chemically treated, unnatural, Panopticon approved Little Egypt brand cigarettes. Only $52 a pack after tax. We now return you to another sensational story from the propaganda promotional block that is Stand By for Crime.
Now, the conclusion of Stand By for Crime.
Well, this was a fine kettle of fish. Lying on the floor, blood staining the right sleeve of her blouse, was Carol. Standing above her, a gun smoking in his hand, was Dave Walker. Behind Dave were 2 other Border Patrol officers. But all this was only subconsciously registered on my mind. All I could see was Carol lying on the floor. I crossed quickly and kneeled down. Carol, darling, climb up to speak to me.
Hi, Chucky boy.
You're all right?
Well, as all right as anyone can be with a bullet lodged in your arm.
Oh, Miss Curtis, I am so sorry.
Rosita Gonzalez, what are you doing here?
Yeah, and what are you doing here, Chuck?
Never mind that right now. We've got to get Carol to a doctor. Rosita, let me have your scarf.
Here.
I'll bind this up, and then we've got to get out of here. Well, there wouldn't be any dope peddlers captured this night. If anyone had been within 10 miles of that range camp, they'd have heard the shots and yells. We drove back to town, rooted out a doctor, got Carol's arm fixed up. Then gathered in Dave Walker's office and were told where to head in.
Rosita, you were under strict orders not to pull a stunt like that.
I am sorry, senor. I only
Being
wanted to...
sorry doesn't help matters, Annie. You're under suspension for a month.
Aren't you being a little rough on her, Dave?
If you want to know the truth, I'm being easy on her. What you people can't realize is that border patrolling isn't a game for a bunch of adventurers. It's darn serious business. As a result of tonight's escapade, we probably missed our one chance to pick up Mr. Big.
All right. Simmer down a bit, Dave. I don't blame you for being sore and throwing your weight around, but if this is such serious business, why did you have any part in helping Carol trick me into coming down here?
Oh, Chuck, that isn't fair.
Sure, it's fair. Well, Dave?
Yeah, you're right. It's my fault as much as anybody's. I apologize. Let's skip the whole thing. I'll probably be the one to be suspended when the boss hears about this.
Well, the boss won't mind if we hand him Mr. Big.
We've got a fat chance of doing that now.
I don't know. You know Max Craig was in town?
Sure. We've had a man on him ever since he got here.
Uh-huh. You think he's your boy?
If we did and could prove it, we'd have nailed him a long time ago.
Sure you would. By the way, who tipped you off about the rendezvous at the range camp?
Rosita isn't the only one who has good contacts in this outfit.
I should have known it. It is all my fault. I was thinking selfishly only of what a great honor it would be.
Skip it, Rosita. This will be a good lesson for you. The Border Patrol functions as a team. That's the only way it can be successful.
Yes, I know. I shall not forget again.
Have you got any ideas, Chuck?
Sure, I've got ideas. I've always got ideas. You want to hear them, Dave?
What can I lose?
Yeah, thanks. That's encouraging. Look, have you got anyone else spotted besides Max Craig who might be Mr. Big?
Sure. About 5. Why?
They all here in town?
Some are, some aren't.
Well, it doesn't matter, so long as none are farther away than Los Angeles.
I don't know what you're getting at. We've been trying for months to put our finger on the one man who handles the greater part of the stuff that comes over the line, and so far all we've picked up is small fry.
And it's high time you baited the big fish into your net. You know, whoever your boy is, he's probably already been told about the incident at the Rain Shack.
How does that prove anything, Chuck?
The chances are that no one was close enough to identify any of us. As a matter of fact, knowing the type of people who handle dope, they probably hit for the border like a bunch of scared rabbits at sound of the first shot.
So?
So, our friend Mr. Big is probably sitting at home right now wondering what the devil was happening at the rendezvous last night.
Well, what's your big idea?
Suppose we send a telegram to the 5 people on your list of suspects. Just say something like, meet me, rendezvous tonight, midnight, important.
And what do you think will happen?
All but one of the 5 who receive the wire will either disregard it or turn it over to the sheriff. The 5th will be the boy we want. Will be the only one who knows where the rendezvous is located.
And you think he'll show up at the range camp?
Uh-huh.
No good, Chuck. He'd become suspicious in a minute.
I don't think so. He knows that something went wrong last night. He knows the smuggler won't contact him personally, but he'll understand that telegram.
Okay, now how are you going to get the smugglers there with their marijuana? Unless a transfer's made, we'll have nothing on the boy we want.
I'll be the smuggler, and you provide the dope, Dave. Just put a little in a box and fill it up with something to make it weigh as much as the shipment that came over the line a few days ago. Well, I finally talked Dave into it. Dave was in the position of a man who was willing to try most anything after the fiasco of the night before. Frankly, I wasn't too hopeful that my plan would pay off. But I kept thinking that if this was a really big shipment, Mr. Big wasn't going to pass it up. There were too many other buyers who could take it over in small lots. So we sent the telegrams and then got some sleep. At 4 p.m., Dave checked the sheriff's office and was told that no one had reported receiving a mysterious telegram. Well, this wasn't surprising. The 5 men to whom the wires had been sent were all shady characters, and it wasn't likely that any of them would want any truck with the law. Just after dark, we all piled into my jalopy and drove out to the range camp. I parked in plain sight, told Carol to stay in the car, and if anyone showed up, to get down and out of sight. I didn't want her to get mixed up in any more shooting. Azita and I went into the shack. Dave and the other officer would come along, hid in the bushes. Waiting was a repetition of the night before, only this time it was easier. I was pretty sure our man was going to show up. About 11:45, we heard a car coming across the desert.
Car is coming, senor.
Yeah, I hear it. Get over to that window, but keep down, out of sight.
Oh, you needn't worry. You have the package.
Yeah, right here. Well, here goes. So I opened the door of the shack and stepped out, keeping in the shadows, the package under my arm. A car was parked next to mine. Glamourpuss was nowhere in sight. I stood still and waited. At first, I thought the man behind the wheel wasn't going to get out. He just sat there, watching me. I didn't move either. After a while, the car door opened, and the guy got out and walked toward me slowly. He stopped about 10 feet away, his face in the shadows.
Have to stop?
Yeah. You got the dough?
Yeah. Put the package on the ground. Back up.
So I put the package on the ground and backed away. The man waited a minute, then he moved forward. His hat was pulled down and his coat collar turned up.
Turn around.
So I turned around and waited. A couple of seconds passed.
Okay.
I turned back. The package was gone. There was an envelope lying on the ground. The man was backing toward his car. I reached into my pocket and pulled out my gun. All right, Pancho Florit, get your hands up.
Who are you?
Florit didn't get his hands up. He'd been holding a gun all the time. He lifted one arm, slammed a shot at the shack. There was a crash of glass. Then he dropped to one knee and took a shot at me. I let go with an answering shot. But Florit was on his feet, zigzagging toward his car. Dave and his pal were coming from their hiding places. But Florit slammed the door of his car and meshed the gears. Then a figure rose up behind him and smashed something heavy down on his head. He sagged forward like an empty sack. I went running up and found Glamourpuss standing up in the back seat of the convertible with a heavy wrench in her hand. Glamourpuss.
I'm sorry, Chuck, but I wanted to be in on this, too. Did I do all right?
Did you do... Glamourpuss, remind me to tell you how wonderful I think you are the next time we're alone.
Stand By for Crime is hand-rolled for you by Sheena's Jungle Room and Mid-Valley Mutations. And this week, brought to you by Little Egypt brand cigarettes. Don't put that in your pipe and smoke it too. Only inhale tobacco approved by the Red, White, and Blue. Little Egypt brand cigarettes have the seal of approval from Uncle Sam himself, so you know that you won't have to serve any jail time or deal with other weighty legal issues, so long as you smoke Little Egypt brand cigarettes and nothing else. We now return you to another sensational story from the propaganda block that is Stand By for Crime.
I told you that blonde secretary of mine had what it takes. She'd been watching the shack and had seen Rosita's face at the window and had guessed what was going to happen. Rosita, after all, was a woman and was therefore curious and couldn't resist taking a look at Mr. Big. When she recognized her contact, Pancho Florit, she was probably so startled she just stood there and gaped. Fortunately, Florit's bullet missed her. Well, by 4 o'clock that afternoon, Glamourpuss and I were back in L.A. telling the story to Pappy.
Chuck figured it all out, Pappy. Don't you think he's wonderful?
Oh, he's terrific. What's your arm doing in a sling, Carol?
Oh, never mind that. You see, Chuck reasoned that Max Craig wouldn't be stupid enough to show himself in Calexico driving his familiar yellow convertible if he were Mr. Big.
I see. You won't be able to run a typewriter for quite a spell, will you?
Oh, who cares? So then Chuck figured that this Pancho Florit had to be Mr. Big. You want to know why?
Was it an accident, or did Chuck break your arm?
All right, I'll tell you. Pancho was in the business, so he knew everyone else in the business. So when anyone else began to get big, he just informed on them and had them eliminated. And at the same time, he kept himself in solid with the Border Patrol through Rosita. Get it?
Chuck was pretty mad when he left here the other day,
And also, Chuck reasoned that nobody but Pancho could have had enough information to know about the trap we were setting up that first night. I don't want to sound catty, but I can't help being glad that Rosita wasn't as smart as she thinks. Do you think I'm being catty, Pappy?
Well, I'll tell you what I think, Carol, if you want to know the truth.
I do.
Well, then I think...
Pappy.
Oh, hello, Chuck. Are you still here?
Yeah, back on the payroll again. Look, Pappy, do me a favor, will you?
Now, Chuck, I told you that a leave of absence...
The only thing I want you to do is get out of here.
What?
Yeah, scram. Beat it. Get lost.
Well, if I'm in the way...
You are.
Well, okay. I'm the last man in the world to stick around someplace that I'm not...
So long, Pappy.
Bye, Pappy.
Glamourpuss,
Yes, Chuck?
want to know something?
What?
You're wonderful.
Oh, Chuck.
And now, for our second installment this week, we bring you the Otter Pop Kush of superhero radio, the Blue Beetle, as he deals with the skunky aroma left by the drug ring.
The Blue Beetle. Sweeping down upon the underworld to smash gangland comes the friend of the unfortunate, enemy of criminals.
A mysterious, all-powerful character with a problem to the police.
A crusader for law. In reality, Dan Garrett, a rookie patrolman,
loved by everyone but suspected by none of being the Blue Beetle. As the Blue Beetle, he hides behind a strange mask and a suit of impenetrable blue chain armor, flexible as silk, but stronger than steel. Today's episode of the Blue Beetle sends the Blue Beetle swooping down on a group of powerful underworld characters whose racket is dope. Will he be able to ferret them out? Can he hope to cope with this mysterious ring of ruthless men single-handed? Can he discover their leader and bring him to justice? As our story opens, our hero, Dan Garrett, is visiting his friend and secret advisor, Dr. Franz, who operates a little apothecary shop in one of the great city's side streets. He is restlessly pacing the floor in Dr. Franz's living room.
Look, Doc, why does there have to be so much red tape in police work?
Well, Danny, every organization has to have rules and regulations. That makes for efficiency.
Yes, but the criminals and the crooks we're set to catch aren't bound up in rules and regulations. You know, I like police work, but I also crave action.
You seem to get plenty of it as the Blue Beetle. I worry about you, Danny. The terrible risks you take. These crooks and gangsters are vicious, cold-blooded killers. They'd have no mercy on you if they caught you.
I can take care of myself. Besides, that suit of blue chain armor you made me in that mask are a great protection.
I hope they never catch you without it, or ever discover who the Blue Beetle really is. I'm afraid it would mean the end of Patrolman Dan Garrett.
Well, after all, Doc, you're the only one who knows. Even Manigan is always saying what he'd do if he caught the Blue Beetle.
He's the officer on the beat next to yours, isn't he?
Yes, he was my father's pal.
I see.
He got me on the police force after my father was killed by a gangster's bullet.
And doesn't he suspect at all?
No, he doesn't. He's a good cop, but he's not very heavy above the ears.
Well, what's that newsboy crying?
Something about a movie star committing suicide. Wait, I'll go get a paper. Wine. Hey, you want, boy, give me one of those extras.
Yes, people hear him.
Hey, look at this, Doc. Sandra Beaumont, the movie actress, committed suicide last night. The paper says she left a note on a dressing table which said, "Dope has become my master. No longer can I live without it. This is the end. Let my fate be a warning to all." What do you think of that, Doc?
I think it's tragic, Danny.
So do I. I'm going to do something about that dope racket right now.
Well, what are you going to do?
I'm going to ask the commissioner to put me on special assignment to try and uncover the leaders of that dope ring in this city.
You'd better be careful, Dan. They'll stop at nothing.
Well, I can't uncover them with Patrolman Dan Garrett. I'll get them as the Blue Beetles.
As our next scene opens, Patrolman Dan Garrett, Mike Manigan, and Charlie Stahl, mate reporter of the York City Sun, are standing on the corner watching a hotel suspected of being the dope ring's headquarters.
That's the place, all right. Somebody tipped off my paper.
Why don't we go in and raid the place? What, just the two of us?
Sure.
Don't be silly, we've got no evidence. The commissioner wants evidence, that's our job. To watch everybody that goes in and comes out of that place.
Me? I like action.
So do I. Hey, look.
Where?
That shabbily dressed man there. He just came out of that side entrance and gave a cigarette to that kid standing there.
So what?
Looks like the kid gave him some money for it.
He's a dope peddler. He's selling dope cigarettes, marijuana.
Marijuana? Boy, here's where I make a pinch.
Hey, you there, I want to talk to you. I'm dead, big copper.
Oh, yeah? You gotta travel fast to get away from me, brother.
Go get him, Danny. I'll signal Clancy on the next beat. He'll head him off at the intersection. Look, Danny's diving for him.
He's got him. Boy, that was a flying tackle.
Sure what? Hey, look, that car there. There's a machine gun. Look out, Danny! I'm going to take a shot with my revolver and they pass. Yeah. Duck down behind those ash cans, Danny. I'm already ducked. Lift them, Bagatti. Did you get the license number of that car she passed? Yep. CB83725. It's probably a stolen car. Hey, what about Dan and the dope peddler? Those murderers get him? Looks like it. They're both stretched out in the street. You phone for the ambulance while I have a look. Okay. I'll phone my paper at the same time. Boy, what a story. Come on now, come on here. Break it up. Break it up there. Give him there. Hey, let's have a look at him. Huh? Oh, they sure got this guy. He looks like a sieve. Sure, and he'll never sell no more dope cigarettes to kids. He's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Look at the blood, will you, son? Yeah, look at it. That guy here looks like he's dead, too. Danny, it's Manigan.
How are you doing, Danny? What happened? Where's the dope peddler? He's dead. You tackled him, and some trigger men in a car machine-gunned you both. Oh, I remember now. I saw the car coming. Are you bad hurt? I don't know. I can't feel much. I'm numb all over. Well, here's the ambulance. You'd get a swell ride to the hospital, Danny, and maybe a citation from the commissioner for bravery in action.
What's the verdict, Doctor? Will Patrolman Dan Garrett live?
Well, it's very doubtful, Commissioner. An operation is necessary to remove the bullet, but he's so weak from loss of blood that I doubt
tough. He's one of my best men. Due for promotion soon.
A message for you, Doctor. Oh, thank you. Pardon me, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
Well, this should be interesting to you, Commissioner. Read it.
Yeah, let me see. If my blood is the right type, I would like to volunteer as a blood donor for the brave Officer Garrett. Why, this is signed by my daughter.
Precisely.
She's convalescing here from her accident.
Well, she's almost recovered, Commissioner.
Yes, but, Doctor, is she strong enough?
I think so.
Then by all means, let her do it. I'm fond as well as proud of Dan Garrett. He's a fine boy, like his dad before him. It'll also make my daughter very happy. I have a sneaking suspicion she likes young Garrett.
The commissioner daughter's Mary's blood proved to be the right type, and the transfusion was performed. Later, Danny was operated upon and a machine gun bullet removed from his abdomen. For days, he hovered between life and death. Then one night, when all was quiet, a strange man slipped by the nurse and stood beside Dan's bed.
Dan. Dan Garrett. Who is it? Who's calling Dan Garrett?
It is I, Dr. Franz, your friend. I've got something for you.
Hello, Doc. Now listen, Danny. I want you to take this capsule. It's my secret 2X formula. It will bring you a speedy recovery. Sure, I've positive. My formula will save your life, restore you to health in 24 hours. It will also give you greater vitality, keener eyesight, almost superhuman mentality, and it will give you abnormal strength. You'll be a tough hombre when you get out of here.
Well, give it to me. I've got to get out of here. It's important work to be done, and I've got to do it.
The next morning, to the surprise of everyone, Dan Garrett was completely recovered. From Mike Manigan and Mary Donnelly, the commissioner's daughter, who came to visit him, he learned that the commissioner had ordered extensive raids on all opium dens in the city. At one place, they told him, the police had been blown to bits by dynamites planted by the dope ring before they fled. Dan insisted on being released from the hospital and restored to duty. By mid-afternoon, he's back on his beat, fully recovered to health and strength by Dr. Franz's magic formula. At night, he visits the little apothecary shop of Dr. Franz.
Hello, Doc.
Hello, Danny. Well, my 2X formula worked, didn't it?
It sure did. Hey, have a look at this.
A bullet, huh?
Yeah, that came out of me.
Well, let's have a look at it under the microscope. Wait like close up shop. Pull down the shades, will you, while I lock the door?
All right.
There. Now we'll just give this bullet the once-over under the microscope. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
What is it, Doc? Have you got something?
I think so.
This bullet was fired from a show-show. A show-show? What's that?
Why, that's what the soldiers in the last World War called a certain type of French machine gun, because they couldn't pronounce the real name.
Boy, that ought to be easy to trace. There can't be many of those in this town. Got any ideas?
Well, there's a French novelist by the name of Philip Radin who collects interesting firearms as a hobby. He might know something about this stuff.
Out into the night went Dan Garrett on the trail of the murder gun. But it changed Dan Garrett. No longer is he in the blue uniform of the city's finest. He wears blue, but it's the blue chain armor of the Blue Beetle.
The Blue Beetle. Drop that gun, Raiden. I got you covered. It's no use, Raiden. Your bullet can't pierce this chain armor I'm wearing. I'm sorry to be so rough, Raiden, but I wanted that gun of yours. Now pick yourself up. That better. I see you recognize my little calling card. The sound of my magic ray machine and the little beetle always signifies the presence of the Blue Beetle.
You frightened me, monsieur. I fired from nervousness. I had no desire to injure the Blue Beetle.
I see.
Oui, monsieur. What is it you desire?
I understand you have an interesting collection of firearms.
Oh, I make the hobby of collecting unusual firearms, monsieur.
You own a show automatic machine gun?
Oui, monsieur.
You have the only one in the city, I believe.
Oh, perhaps, monsieur. I do not know.
I'd like to see it.
Certainly, monsieur. Right this way.
And no funny business,
monsieur. I am not in the mood for what you call these funny business.
Good.
Now, there you are, monsieur. This is the gun cabinet. The she is... Monsieur, she is gone.
Gone?
Oui, monsieur. Always, she is here in display.
Come on, Raiden, you pretended to prize down Timoni to me. Cut it out, Frenchie. Maybe you're on the level, then again, maybe you're not. I'll just duck this door for fingerprints and take a photograph. Now, you stand over there and don't make any false moves. Now, let me see. A little here. Some more here. Several fingerprints. Some of them yours, of course. Bring that floor lamp over here while I photograph it. Now, hold it steady. That's right. Now, that's got it.
Oh, you find something?
Maybe yes and maybe no. Now, you get this straight, Raiden. You want to finish that novel or whatever you were typing when I came in. Just forget you ever saw the Blue Beetle.
Oh, I assure you, monsieur, I have a wish
Good.
to be...
If you're on the level, you're safe. If you're not, well, the next time you meet the Blue Beetle, it'll be just too bad.
Whom will the Blue Beetle call upon next? Whose fingerprints were on the doors of the gun case? Is Radon, the French novelist, a member of the dope ring?
The answers to these and other questions will come when the Blue Beetle returns here on Sheena's Jungle Room and Mid-Valley Mutations. And this week, brought to you by Little Egypt brand cigarettes. Remember, kids, say no to dope. And yes to all American values that will help you build character, stay in school, and become an important pillar of your community, just like the Blue Beetle himself. And when you reach that age, make sure you reach for Little Egypt brand cigarettes, and none of that dopey nonsense that you smell on the playground during lunch. A healthy diet, plenty of exercise, and a pack of Little Egypt brand cigarettes a day will help keep both the doctor and the old dope peddler away. We now return you to another senses-shattering installment of The Blue Beetle, here on Dimestore Radio Theater.
Let's look in on police headquarters. The time is close to midnight. Manigan is holding down the desk while the sergeant is out for a bite to eat.
Sure, and I wish the sergeant would get back. I'd like me little trundle bed and some shut-eye.
Take it easy, Manigan. You won't get hurt. You always wanted to meet the Blue Beetle. Well, here he is. It's no use to struggle. The Blue Beetle is stronger than you are. I'll just stuff this handkerchief in your mouth and then tie you up. And I'll carry you into the room where you keep the fingerprint file. There you are. Now, over my shoulder you go, officer. Here we are. Now, just lie there like a good little boy. I want to examine each file. Now, let me see. Type 27B, 28B, 29, 30, 31B, Yes, that looks like it. Fingerprint of Joe Bugs McGotti, and here's his photograph. Yes, Mr. Bugs McGotti, those are your fingerprints, all right. You're the guy that stole that murder gun. Well, Mr. Bugs McGotti, you're going to get nipped by the Blue Beetle and nipped hard.
Reach for the ceiling, Mr. Blue Beetle.
Ah, the beautiful daughter of the police commissioner.
Don't move, I'll shoot if you do.
I have no intention of moving unless it's to step within the aura of such a charming person as yourself, Miss Starlight.
What are you doing here? And why is your gag been tied up Officer Manigan there?
I'm here to obtain evidence against the opium gang your father is trying to round up. I tied up Officer Manigan there to prevent his interfering.
Why didn't you enlist his aid? After all, he's working on this case.
The Blue Beetle worked alone.
But how do I know you're working for rather than against my father?
Well, if my charming captor will lower that toy revolver which she's holding in an none too steady hand, the Blue Beetle will tell her something to gladden her father's heart.
Very well. But don't try any trick.
Not a trick, my dear young lady. Now listen. I promise you that before daylight your father will have the opium gang under lock and key, together with enough evidence to convict them.
How do I know you'll keep your promise?
Let this seal my promise.
Oh.
Good night, my sweet. I'd like to linger after that kiss, but the Blue Beetle has a duty to perform.
Take me with you, Blue Beetle. Let me stand by your side when you... He's gone. Maybe to die alone. No, I can't let him. I must help him. I must.
Like a bloodhound on the trail once he gets the scent, the Blue Beetle sped on his mission. And like the bloodhound, he'll never let up till he runs his quarry to earth. But close on his heels goes the commissioner's daughter, determined to have a part in the roundup of the nefarious gang of dope peddlers. Little did she know that close behind, as she hurried down the darkened street, a car was slowly following her.
There she goes. That's the commissioner's girl. Let's nab her now. Wait till she passes us beat lights. Now, out you go. Lick it, nappy, and keep it quiet. Okay, boss. Excuse me, lady.
What? Who are you?
Grab her, come on.
Oh, let me go.
I got her. Come on. Okay, here's the car. I'll stick the gag in them out there. Now open the door. We got it for you.
Right, cover in. Yeah, the commissioner will pay big dough to get his darling daughter back alive.
Where is the Blue Beetle? Will the Blue Beetle be able to rescue the beautiful daughter of the police commissioner? Will he locate the hideout of the dope ring? Will he be able to collect enough evidence to convict them? Through the silent night, down by the waterfront, two powerful cars are speeding along. The first car is full of men, hard-looking men, desperate men, killers all. But who is the lone occupant of the second car? Ah, yes, it is the Blue Beetle.
That looks like the car that passed me the day I was machine gunned. I'll just follow her. It may lead me to the dope peddler's hangout. They suspect me. They've got a machine gun pointing out of the rear. There it goes. I better give them a ruffle with my synchronized machine gun before they shoot away my windshield. Super shatterproof glass is good, but I don't know how good. All right, you rat. How do you like this? I must have got that driver. Their car's zigzagging. Well, now they're speeding up. Well, here we go again. They're slowing down. They're turning into that warehouse. That's my gang, all right. Just the spot I was headed for. Now, Mr. Bugs Muscati, for the final showdown. Closing the iron doors of the warehouse. I'll soon blast them open those special bombs Dr. Brum's made for me. All right, you mugs, don't close that door. I'll blow you all to kingdom come.
That Blue Beetle, what's he got in his hand?
That's a bomb.
Go on, reel him.
Go ahead, Joe McGotti. Go ahead and shoot. I recognize you. Your bullets can't hurt the Blue Beetle. What did I tell you? Now it's my turn. Here goes your door. And I'm coming right in and mop up. Here I come. You better drop your guns or I'll let you have another bomb.
There. This is boy. Put her in front of him. Right as a shield. Okay, white-eyed Blue Beetle. Caught your little bomb and load the police commissioner's daughter to kingdom come along with us.
They've got Mary Donnelly. Stop bluffing, McGotti. You can't fool me. She's not the commissioner's daughter. She's one of your mob, and she goes with you. I'll give you 3 seconds to drop your gun. 1, 2.
Okay, Blue Beetle. You win.
Now release the commissioner's daughter. And get those hands up.
Double-crossed.
That's more like it. Now, Miss Donnelly, get them handcuffed. Clip them on those gangsters and bring me their guns.
All right.
That's better. Now, Miss Donnelly, you keep those men covered while I have a look around. That's a nice collection of dope you've got in these cans here. Here comes the law. Wait until the DA gets through with you. There'll be a few less criminals in this world.
Blue Beetle, you saved my life. These men were holding me for ransom. My father will reward you handsomely.
The Blue Beetle seeks no reward, Miss Donnelly. He seeks only justice. Justice for the underdog and safety for the citizens of this great city. Now, you take this gun and keep those mugs covered. The police will be here any minute. I have no desire to meet them.
But who are you? Please tell me.
I can only tell you this. I'm the man who kissed you twice in one night.
Oh.
My respect to your father, Miss Donnelly. Tell him the Blue Beetle will always be at his service in running down criminals of all kinds.
Away in his fast motor car sped the Blue Beetle, leaving the commissioner's daughter on guard over Bugs McGarty and his band of criminals. But close behind him speeds another car, a police car. Will the Blue Beetle be overtaken and unmasked? Ahead, a stoplight is changing from green to red. Will the Blue Beetle defy the traffic regulations to avoid discovery, or will he obey the rules of safe driving?
The Blue Beetle himself. I've been following you for a mile. I thought I'd catch you at this stoplight. Come on, me bucko. I'll ride the running board back to the police station. And no funny business or I'll blow your brains out.
So it's you again, Officer Manigan. I'd love to take you for a ride.
No, none of that. It's me that's taking you for a ride. I saw you drive out of that warehouse back there, so you were in with those dope peddlers.
That's nice figuring, Officer Manigan.
It'll be Detective Manigan after I turn you in. Now get going, Mr. Blue Beetle.
It's too bad, Manigan, that we have to take such a lonely, winding road along the waterfront.
Listen, Mr. Blue Beetle. The slightest move and you'll be Mr. Dead Peter.
Oh, yeah? Listen, you're interfering with my work, Patrolman Manigan.
So there you go.
Light off the running board into the river.
Have a nice swim for yourself until you cool off. Good night, Detective Manigan.
And so the mysterious and thrilling character known as the Blue Beetle, after rounding up a gang of criminals, slipped away to let the police take credit for cleaning up the dope racket. The next morning, Patrolman Dan Garrett dropped in for a visit with Dr. Franz.
Well, Danny, I see you let the police take all the credit again.
Sure. I can't let my buddies down.
According to newspaper reports, your friend Manigan got tossed into the river by some of the gangsters whom he had captured single-handed. So that's his story. That ain't the way I heard it.
That the Blue Beetle had something to do with it. Well, you'd win your bet. You know, when I met him this morning, he had the sniffles. And he said he caught a cold. So I asked him if he'd been in swimming without his sweater.
And didn't he get wise to the swimming gag?
Yeah, after a minute. He wanted to know how I knew he'd been in the water. I told him I heard it from one of the boys.
Hey, Doc, have you heard the latest news?
Why, no. What is it?
The authorities have got wind of a plot to sabotage that new Army pursuit plane that's being tested tomorrow out of the flying field.
Sabotage? That might be it. Maybe I can get him the detail to the flying field. So long, Doc. I gotta get over to headquarters.
Though some nation is envious of Uncle Sam's superiority in the manufacture of aircrafts, what will happen at the airfields? Will the Blue Beetle be able to uncover this plot in time? Will he be able to run the criminals to earth? Those are all questions which will be answered in the next edition of The Blue Beetle. And now here's the Blue Beetle himself to say a few words.
Folks, The story you've just heard should teach you the value of never giving up. Sometimes things are pretty tough. But don't ever be discouraged. Whether it's a business task or a school chore, the men and women of today and the men and women of tomorrow should stick to their job. You will always find a way out. Something will always turn up. Or a friend will lend a helping hand. Like Dr. Franz in my case. So just keep trying.
The Blue Beetle is a Cox feature appearing in Mystery Men Comics magazine. The Blue Beetle is on the air twice a week on this same station. Consult the broadcast schedule in your local newspapers, and don't forget to listen in.
And welcome. It's a very hazy episode of Dimestore Revelations. The special cigarette show within the pack of shows that you've been listening to, where, there's something inside of this cigarette. And that's Dimestore Revelations. We're having a little bit of fun this week, reviewing some of the old radio propaganda that used to be used to kind of sell the idea that you need to say nope to dope. And it certainly, there was a little bit of, concern that this was going to become such an attractive thing for people. That they would not be able to pry themselves away from it, and that they would lead the lives of degenerates. So the concern, whether or not it was genuine, was certainly stoked pretty easily, because anytime you paint things in a certain way, parents worry. Couple that with a few other kind of cultural things that were happening in the 40s and 50s in terms of the original anti-World War II movement sort of kind of yielded this interesting counterculture that started to develop. And of course, wherever there is counterculture, there is experimentation and trying new things and, doing whatever it is that you're told you shouldn't do. Certainly all these things are kind of coming to a head in the 40s and 50s, and you have a lot of different ideas about how you should try to combat the problem, how you should try to turn people off, so to speak. Radio played a little bit of a role of that as well, because once you get people kind of sold on the idea that this particular substance is being used by only criminals, then it becomes pretty easy to have radio and writers start to reflect that in the stories that they're telling. And of course, they wouldn't be having any stories about any kinds of drugs and whatnot if it wasn't reflective of what was actually happening in the world as well. So it's kind of one of those things where no matter how you slice it, you're going to run into some people that are trying to tell you that this stuff is no good. So we're having a little bit of fun tonight with those. We've heard this Blue Beetle story before on our program, but I think, as I have mentioned, it is a show that we would listen to in 15-minute increments, because there was always a part 1 and a part 2. It was a kids' show. The concept for the Blue Beetle was it would air twice a week in whatever way that happened. Stations would often kind of have the part 1, and then a lot of promotion of like, yeah, listen to part 2 as well. And then, of course, they would front load part 2 with a lot of ads and stuff like that. I mean, it was kids radio. They were trying to sell cereal and things like that. But you also run into this example of a show that I played at the very beginning of our program, Stand By for Crime, a program I don't think I've played anything of or have ever even mentioned on Dimestore Radio Theater. Not that I should or need to. It's not exactly a show that I'm a big fan of, although I have heard a couple odd episodes here and there just because I read about it and was curious. It is a 50-minute show, closer to an hour-long feature, and as such, the shows have a much longer sort of setup and whatnot. Now, I have noticed that there are many people online who have kind of taken episodes of Stand By for Crime and edited them down to a half-hour-long feature and whatnot to kind of distill it to the most essential parts and whatnot. Now, I'm not sure one way or another how I feel about that, except that in circumstances like this, where I would like to try to fit in more content than I normally get to. Oh, man, I used that word. I don't usually like to use the word content, but, man, I said it, didn't I? No, here we are, making mistakes left and right. Anyway, so I wanted to fit in more stories this week, and I figured that was the best way, is to use the edited one in that particular situation. Now, we got a few more things coming up, including an edited episode of The Roy Rogers Show, and now that is usually a half-hour-long feature. I wanted to play it, but when you listen to it, not only is there very, very little marijuana content in the story, or there's just nothing in there then in terms of that kind of stuff. But the parts that are about it are kind of like silly and almost feeble at best. And so, what I have done with that is that I mean, let's be honest. The reason you listen to the Roy Rogers Show is for the song. Everybody knows you got to hear that live song played by the band near the end of the show. So, of course, I had to preserve that. And then couple that with a few other choice scenes from that episode to kind of give you a taste of what the story was about. But really, I kind of edited it down in a little shorter fashion because it was less exciting to hear. Except when you got to the song, so that's so we're getting a little taste treat here, a short smattering of Roy Rogers, but it actually kind of reminded me that I like the Roy Rogers Show a little bit. Certainly, I like listening to the songs in each episode. I have found sometimes that the stories of Roy and Dale's adventures get a little long in the tooth, and so I have not really dove into that program. Thinking about it one of these days, though, because I have found a few Westerns that I do like. So I'm trying to find the happy medium of where my tastes lie and where Westerns tend to go. The problem with a lot of Westerns is that they are way too down home for my tastes in some ways. And so I reach a point in a lot of the shows where I'm like, this is just a whole lot of old-timiness for the sake of old-timiness, and it's not working for me. Anyway, that's a whole lot of me talking about my tastes in old-time radio. So in answer to the question that may inevitably come up, here's a radio show I like that is a Western. The Frontier Gentleman, which you've heard quite a bit of on Mid-Valley Mutations, because I have a gimmick for cutting that one up and whatnot. So, yeah, the Frontier Gentleman works great on its own. It's a wonderful program. Music by Jerry Goldsmith, if I remember correctly. Did a lot of Hollywood compositions and whatnot, but it's his music before for radio. It's very good. And the stories in that one are a little cut above because it's from the point of view of somebody who is not American visiting the Old West. And so I think that conceit helps quite a bit. We are going to close tonight with an episode of The Whisperer, a very curious show with a very strange premise. And if you've never listened to an episode of The Whisperer and you don't know what's going on with it, I'll give you a tiny bit of setup here. So the idea was that the Whisperer himself was in some sort of accident that damaged his vocal cords, and so he could only whisper for a very long time. I think, if I remember correctly, he was some sort of police officer and maybe was injured in some sort of case that he was working on, but I can't quite remember that detail 100%. Regardless, the Whisperer has now found themselves in an interesting position where they have worked their way into the criminal underground, and they have become this character that relays information from one part of the underground to the other part of the underground. And they use the conceit of the whispered instructions over the phone as a way of not only covering the real voice of the person who is delivering these instructions, but then allows a certain kind of plausible deniability as to who that person could ever be. And as it happens, it turns out to be our hero of the program, who is out to take down the criminal underworld from the inside. I mean, it's a very long-winded premise, because there's a lot to get out and to get at and whatnot. And I'm kind of not surprised that it wasn't a big hit of a show, because there was a lot to explain in every episode before you could kind of get to the story at hand. But I mean, I gotta say, the creepiness of the whispered telephone calls and whatnot, and the creepiness of the character when they do whisper and whatnot is really, really what you kind of tune in for. And it adds just enough of a strange quality to the stories and whatnot that I think it's worth listening to. We may end up getting to The Whisperer as a show that we feature on this program, because it does kind of ride that line between a crime and detective show, but with a creepy, weird angle to it. And so, yeah, I feel like it's good stuff for what we do. And that's the shape of our program tonight. Although I am going to play one little short kind of soap opera story with a title, "Dope Cigarettes," because that's kind of perfect for the usual length of the feature that comes afterwards. And then it's just a ridiculous story. Yeah, it immediately occurred to me when I realized the date of this broadcast that I had to do a special, and it had to be about the way that radio propaganda was used to kind of sell people on the idea that marijuana was bad. But the depth and the breadth of shows I found where they are just constantly arresting people for trying cigarettes, or getting into a long and convoluted psychodrama about having used them and now feeling regret and pain and whatnot. I mean, like, there's so many of them. It was really an interesting kind of trend in radio that, of course, as the 60s wore on and it became harder and harder to do anti-drug propaganda, because there was actually, like, genuine kind of information being disseminated among the subcultures and whatnot, that it became harder and harder to do that kind of radio story, and I think they just kind of fall away in favor of other more realistic stuff. Now, that doesn't mean that the drug stories go away, but I think they evolve into more honest depictions instead of these kind of fantastic ones that you find in the 40s and 50s. Let's see. I should point out that this is a instrumental version of this song that I created by stripping away the vocals so I could talk over it without there being a lot of audio interference. So, track down the original. It's a pretty good song. I mean, there's a lot of songs like this that I have played on my Mid-Valley Mutations show. in particular on the 420th episode, which I actually put a link to in the Digital Salon for those who are curious. And then there is a sequel to the 420th episode that we did near Thanksgiving. It's our Thanksgiving special. But those two actually feature a lot of this kind of music where it has like kind of jazz era, pre-code, pro-drug songs. And yeah, we have a little fun on those shows. Well, enough of my yakking. Let's get into the back end of this show so that we can all toke up and really enjoy the holiday. It's Dimestore Revelations here on Dimestore Radio Theater, Sheena's Jungle Room, WFMU. The place to be and hang out when you're having a good time and you want to celebrate a numerological holiday. With some radio. Okay, friends, we'll see you on the other side. It's a good time being had by all. You're wonderful, you're beautiful, and without you, there is no show. Be seeing you.
And now, for our third toke this week, an episode of the regular radio soap opera, Judy and Jane. While there doesn't appear to be many episodes in regular circulation, this cautionary tale, titled Dope Cigarettes, gives you a chilling look at how this social ailment is put into the hands of willing users.
And to your customers, that means Judy and Jane. This is Jack Brinkley speaking and bringing you Irving Venby, author of your radio show, Judy and Jane. Mr. Vendig is going to tell you what has happened and what's going to happen on Judy and Jane. Mr. Vendig.
Thank you, Mr. Brinkley. Well, to get to the point, our present sequence in Judy and Jane concerns the marijuana evil. You know, the marijuana cigarette, the reefer. Well, Judy, Jane, Jane's husband Donald, and their friends are faced with this problem in Honeycrest, their hometown. Now I'm going to ask the sound engineer to fade me out, and I'll bring you a short scene to show you how we introduce the problem.
Donald North, Jane's husband, is running for county attorney. Jerry John Boggs, a newspaper reporter and friend, suspects that marijuana cigarettes are being sold at Honeycrest High School. So together, they follow a young boy they know has been smoking marijuana and see him meet Sam Jones, high school janitor, and go down to the boiler room.
Sam, I gotta have those cigarettes. I gotta. Oh, I have a heart, will you, Sam? Don't you understand? I haven't had one for a day. Look at my hand. Look at them shake. And my stomach.
Yeah, if you want reefers, you gotta pay for them.
But so much? I haven't got so much. I can't afford it.
That's your worry. Go mooch some money. Get it somewhere.
Well, I would have, but you didn't say you were raising the price.
I didn't know it myself. I just got word from the boss. Things are getting hot around Honeycrest. There's Donald North. Look here, Toby. Do you want these reefers or don't you?
Well, you know I gotta have
Well,
them.
then fork over the money. $3 now.
Well, Sam, I'll have to go without lunch all week. It's tough going without lunch.
Sob your heart out somewhere else.
Okay, here's the money.
Here's your envelope.
What's that? The door. Hey.
Pick up your hand, Sammy boy.
I'll take that envelope, Toby. I'll take that envelope.
Yeah, and we'll take Sam.
Where? Who's gonna take me?
We are. To the police station, baby.
Well, I won't go.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you'll go, Sammy boy. You'll go along with Donald North and with me just like the little lamb that you are. You ought to be glad that's all we're doing to a rat like you, just taking you to the police station. You ought to be glad we don't work you over first. Come on, Sam. You won't need a hat.
That's the way our major plot was introduced. Now, of course, a dope ring isn't broken up easily. Donald found that out when he tried to get Jones to testify. Jane, Donald's wife, went to Sam's wife, persuaded her that by turning against his boss, Sam could save himself. And Sam agreed if the Norths first arrested the boss he feared so greatly. And now let's hear what Nick Rodin, Sam's boss, has to say on the subject. These North must have thought they were playing with children. They think I sit by and let them convict me? Me, Nick Rodin? Well, they've got another thing coming now.
I slipped Sam out of that Honeycrest jail as easy as you please. And I took him for a one-way ride, if you know what I mean.
Now we've hit the first major obstacle in our story. The search for a witness who can prove the North's right. But public sentiment turns against them. Here, let's try another radio trick. Let's look into the mind of our heroine, Jane North, and see what she thinks.
The murder of Sam Jones put us right back where we started. Now more than ever, we had to solve the case. But where could we find another witness? By a mere freak of chance, I learned of a girl named Gloria Harris who might have bought cigarettes from Rodin. Hurrying to her house, I found her prostrate on the floor, doped. With Judy's help, I picked her up and rushed with her to my home. We nursed her back to consciousness, and learning that she was afraid of her parents, shielded her from them until Gloria was recovered. She was a sweet child, and I came to love her as she came to love me. And finally, when she learned that she could help us by identifying Rodin as the man who sold her marijuana, she volunteered to testify. But we had a fight on our hands. I summoned Gloria's parents and told them her story. Unbelieving and shocked when they finally had to believe that their daughter had been smoking dope, Mr. Harris wanted to disown the girl. I worked with him for hours and finally won his forgiveness for his daughter. He said he would take Gloria home. But the battle was only half over. I needed Gloria for my witness. At first, Mr. Harris refused to listen, but Gloria bravely threw herself into the breach, as you will hear in the following scenes.
Father.
Gloria, you heard your father say come home.
But I want you to listen. Father, you must listen. You want me to love you.
Come.
No. No, I won't.
Gloria, you seem to forget.
Oh, please, Father, please listen to me without interrupting. Without...
There's no need for further argument, Gloria.
No, there's no need. That's just it. There's never need for further argument as far as I'm concerned. You act as though my opinions weren't worth anything. You wonder I never come to you.
Gloria, you're talking to your papa.
Oh, see, that's the trouble, Jane. That's always the trouble. If he'd forget he was my father for a moment and treat me like a human being.
What do you want to say, Gloria? I listen.
You will? Oh, thank you, Father. Thank you. Well, it's about Jane mostly, and Donald and Judy and the rest of this family. They need my help, Father. They need me to testify for them. Oh, Father, they didn't hold back when I needed their help. Now let me do something for them in return. Let me get up on that witness stand, Father. Let me help them convict Nick Rodin.
After some hesitation, Mr. Harris gave in, and Nick Rodin was arrested. Unable to learn the name of our witness and unwilling to take any chances, Nick had Donald kidnapped.
And sentiment, which had been swinging in our favor, turned against us once more. I was accused of running away because I was afraid.
Fortunately, I had passed my bar examination last year. So to prove just the opposite, I decided to try the case myself. What is your name? Speak up, please. Let the judge and jury hear you.
Gloria Harris.
Now, Gloria, did you ever smoke marijuana cigarettes?
Yes.
Where did you get them?
I bought some from a man.
Gloria, pay strict attention now.
Yes?
Is that man in this courtroom?
Yes.
Remember, you're under oath, Gloria.
I know.
Stand up, Gloria. Now, will you point out the man who sold you marijuana cigarettes?
Yes. There he is over there, at that table. He's the one they call Nick Rodin.
With Nick's conviction on the dope charge almost a certainty, a new factor entered the case. A Honeycrest policeman on leave in Chicago recognized and arrested the man who had helped Nick take Sam Jones out of the jail. Faced with possible murder charges, Nick's henchman broke and agreed to give evidence against Nick's. Hearing of this development, Nick sent for me, asking that I come to his cell.
Nice of you to call, Mrs. North.
What did you want, Mr. Rodin?
I want to trade.
We've nothing to trade, Mr. Rodin.
Oh, yes, we have. Your husband's life from mine.
My husband? What?
I've got your husband, you know. He was kidnapped on my order. And they can't burn me any worse for 2 murders than they can for 1. Now, that's logic, isn't it, Mrs. Norton?
Well,
Take your time. Take all the time you want. Think it over. Well, my proposition will stand. I'm not going to take it back. And it's a pretty good one, don't you think? My no good life for your husband?
That was the hardest decision of my life. But in the end, I did what Donald would have wanted me to do. I went on with the trial. Meanwhile, Ben and Jerry were searching furiously for Donald, but to no avail. But fortunately, before the trial ended, my husband was rescued.
Yes, and I walked into that packed courtroom just as Martin Craig was summing up for the jury. You should have seen Rodin's face. Was he surprised?
He was a lot more surprised when the jury brought in a verdict of guilty.
Oh, no, I wasn't. When I had Don North walk in, I knew the jig was up. But I'm no coward. I've dished it out all my life. I guess I can take it, too.
There you have a sample of Judy and Jane Entertainment. I believe it gives you a good idea of the program. Its up-to-dateness, its genuineness, its very definite qualities of excitement and suspense. And finally, I'm sure you see in it the universal appeal that keeps Judy and Jane always in the very first group of America's favorite radio program.
Brief change of pace, here's some edited highlights from an unlikely episode of The Roy Rogers Show, where they tackle the subject of loco weed with the tact that any singing cowboy brings to most occasions. Pay special attention to the song at the end, which has been musically enhanced by the host himself to create the illusion that Roy and his band use the stuff themselves.
Well, sir, I hear another young couple who bought that little ranch from Artie Kerner's having trouble. Seems like nobody can make a go of that place.
No, you can't buy back this place, Mr. Kerner. Not now or ever.
Well, now, John, I know you're having trouble. I thought I might help you out if
I don't care what you thought. This ranch isn't for sale, especially at half the price I paid you for it.
Now, let's be calm. The only reason I came here was to do you a kindness. Why, you stand to lose everything unless
I don't want your kindness. Now, get out.
John.
No. What?
May I say something?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, maybe Mr. Kerner's right.
Yeah, you see.
Keep out of this. My wife is talking to me.
We are at the end of our rope. We can't go on. Wouldn't it be better to save half our investments than to lose everything? We worked hard for our money, and to lose it all now...
Your wife is right, John. I'm just being neighborly, that's all. You take what you can.
You take yourself out of here.
No, don't be hasty.
Right now.
John.
Do you hear me?
Very well. If that's the way you feel.
That's the way I feel.
Oh, John, you're wrong.
Yes, a month or 2 months from now, you'll be coming to me on your knees.
I doubt that.
I won't be of a mind to give you anywhere near as much then. I may not even want your ranch. It's Mrs. Kennedy I feel sorry for. Her future isn't very bright.
That sniveling cheat. He knows we're in a spot.
John Kennedy surveys the little ranch that was to mean so much to himself and his wife. The cattle have died one after another of some mysterious ailment. Their hard-earned money is gone. He corrals the few cattle that are left, deciding he'll save what little he has. He feeds them the best of food by hand. Next morning he goes outside. 5 more are dying. John mounts his horse and races toward town for the veterinarian. An hour later, Roy and Jonah are in the Eureka Cafe having dinner and talking with Dale. A shot is heard outside in the street.
What's all that? What was that?
Why, it sounds like Custer's last stand, in a small way.
Hey, Roy, somebody's after Artie Kearney. Open the door, Jonah, quick, let him in.
Well, convolutions.
Is that the gunman there riding away?
It could be.
Let me in, let me in. Oh, Roy, I was almost killed.
Somebody missed you, eh?
Yeah, the fella must have been an awful bad shot. You ain't even got one hole in your hide.
Oh, Roy, Jonah, stop kidding him. This is serious.
Who did it, Colonel?
Oh, I'm glad you folks saw what happened. If I decide to take John Kennedy to court, you can testify in my behalf.
We didn't see the shooting.
Is John Kennedy the man who shot at you?
I was just trying to be kind. I knew he'd had bad luck with the little ranch I sold him, so I went out the other night and I offered to buy it back. And he refused, and I approached him again just now, thinking he might have changed his mind.
You've bought and sold that little ranch a half a dozen times in the last 6 years. It prospers as long as it's in your hands. But the minute a new owner gets it, his cattle start dying.
Now, Rogers...
Then you buy the ranch back for half the price you sold it for, and the whole thing starts over again.
Now, you're insinuating things you can't prove.
John's cattle have been dying, too, since he bought the place, haven't they?
Oh, yes, they have, but it's no fault of mine.
Kerner, what would you say if I told you I took over that ranch a couple of days ago?
You? You're joking, Rogers.
Am I?
Why, what would you want with it? I'll check with the county land office and see if your deed has been recorded. Oh, yes, I'll go right now.
Go right ahead.
I certainly will. I don't believe a word of it.
That fella's a mess, Roy. A pure, unadulterated mess.
Now, wait a minute, Dale. That's an insult to the Army to call him a mess.
When did you make a deal with John Kennedy, Roy?
I didn't say I had. I just asked Kerner what he'd do if I had.
Oh, that's it.
Maybe I will, though. You two like to ride out there with me? John ought to be home by the time we arrive.
I'll not sell my ranch to anybody. I'll still hang on if every animal I got dies.
You're new to this territory, John. You just couldn't have known the history of this place.
And nobody thought to tell me.
You didn't give him a chance.
Oh, maybe. I guess I thought I was getting a bargain.
John, there's something mighty odd about the mysterious ailment cattle get on this ranch and nowhere else.
It's not mysterious anymore.
Just wasting my time.
I found out what's killing them. Loco weed.
What?
Well, I haven't seen any local weed around here for several years.
I can take you out to the feed pens and show you some. Fresh cut, if you doubt my word.
John, how did your cattle act before they died?
Why, they were skittery. They'd scare if a leaf blowed across the ground. They'd lift their legs knee-high to step over a twig. Sometimes, when they put their heads down to drink, they'd miss the tank entirely.
Well, it sounds like it. Oh, where do you get your feed?
Oh, talk.
Raise my own feed. But there wasn't any local weed in what I put in the pens.
Roy, could the real trouble be Artie Kearney?
John, if anybody asks you, I want you to tell them that, well, you've turned your ranch over to me.
I ain't selling.
You don't have to sell. Just let on that I've taken over and you're working for me.
What's the sense of that?
Well, it'll give me a chance to pull a little stunt. A stunt that'll help us find out the truth.
Dale returns to her cafe in Mineral City, and for the next 24 hours helps spread word that Roy has taken over the little ranch run by John Kennedy. And these 24 hours are busy ones for Roy and Jonah. They transferred John's ailing cattle to the Double R Bar, where there is no local weed, and drive a few of Roy's own cattle to John's ranch, where John carefully watches the feed pens. At the end of the 24 hours, Roy and Jonah appear in town for the first time.
If I figured right, we should have some action, Jonah, real soon.
Mm-hmm.
My bet is that it'll come from Artie Kerner.
Mm-hmm. Hey, wait a minute. Ain't that Artie Kerner coming out of the Eureka Cafe now?
Yeah. Let's see what he has to say.
Yeah, Dad rat that polecat if I ever seen one. And I've seen one.
Well, I was just about to ride out to your place, Roy.
Is that so?
Yes, it's a little matter of business we ought to talk over. I couldn't find any record at the land office of your taking over Kennedy's ranch. Now, legally, I'm...
Put your conscience at ease, Kerner. We know what has been causing the bad luck out there, and from now on...
what caused it?
You may see an announcement about it in the Mineral City Gazette tomorrow.
You wouldn't make a thing like that public.
Why not?
Yes, well, I've got to run along. Best of luck to you. Yes, the very best.
Oh, I hate you. Yeah, a full-fledged polecat. A three-striper at least.
Let's go on into the cafe, Jonah. That will give Kerner a chance to slip out of town.
You going to let him get away, Roy?
Then we'll let him start, then trail him. He'll probably head out to where the local weed's growing and try to destroy it.
Believing R.D. Kerner is guilty of killing John Kennedy's cattle and will fall into the trap that they've set, Roy and Jonah pretend to ignore him. They go into the cafe. Seemingly carefree, yet they're watching every move he makes.
Howdy, Roy. Jonah.
Hi, Dale.
Hey, looks like we're going to get us a moose.
Yeah? How's that?
Kerner, he's about to lead us to where the local weed's growing.
Good. If he's at fault, he'll have to pay for the cattle he's destroyed, won't he?
He gets on his horse, wheels it about, and rides toward the little ranch house.
What's he going to do now?
Watch for a minute. We'll have to take him.
Kerner seems literally to have lost his mind. He leaps from his horse, runs to the house, goes inside. Roy, Dale, and Jonah follow, bullet at their heels. They hear the sound of chopping, smashing, something breaking, coming from the house. They go through the door and stop. Kerner is there, his back toward them. Broken furniture, household equipment. He has a can of kerosene in his hand. He's pouring it over the debris. He takes a match from his pocket.
Kerner!
Kerner reaches for his gun. Roy draws.
Good shot, Roy.
I'll pick up his gun,
I
Roy.
have another gun, Rogers. I have another. Stay there! Stay there where you are! You're not taking me!
He's as balmy as a bull bat.
Don't move, Kerner. Stand quiet.
Quiet, Bullet. Bullet crouches at Roy's feet. Kerner stands some 10 steps from Roy, his eyes glazed, his cheeks flushed. Dale and Jonah wait, ready. Roy takes a step toward Kerner.
Stay away from me, Rogers!
Roy walks slowly, carefully, toward the distraught man, coming nearer, nearer. Kerner backs away into a wall. Roy continues. Kerner's face is alight with fire. Suddenly, panic strikes. He glances about wildly, and Roy springs.
I got you.
Good work, Roy.
Come on, stand around here.
Let me alone! Let me alone!
That's it. That's better.
I'll burn your place, Rogers. I'll get away and I'll destroy your place.
Get a rope, Jonah. We'll need it.
I've had a good thing here buying and selling this ranch, and you're taking it from me. But I'll get even. I'll get even with you.
He's hysterical, Roy.
He'll cool off when we get him to town. And that won't be long.
He's all right now, Roy, Dale. But he won't quite believe he admitted everything.
I guess the pressure was a little too much for him, Sheriff, when he knew he was going to be caught.
Well, we'd better ride out and see if Trigger's at the ranch.
He'll be there. He always goes home when he gets loose. Look out, folks. Here comes a good old-time square dance. You know, back home we used to get together every Saturday night, call in all the neighbors, move all the furniture out in the backyard, sort out our best gals, and really tear the splinters out of the floor. So here we go on Raggedy Ann.
Local weed.
What?
Get your partners, get out on the floor. Here we go. All join hands and circle to the south, a little sunshine in your mouth. Lose your hope in the Grand Trail back to the Lady Italy. Al, man, you left and right, your partner right and left, and hurry up, boys. You don't be slow and shift your meal to mix your dough and save a heel and pat your toe and meet your partner, walk slow. Beat your honey and you pat her on the head if she don't like biscuits, feed her cornbread.
Local weed.
What?
Hickory log and a popper stump, the whole floor and everybody jump. First couple out to the right with a lady around a lady and a gent so low with a lady around a gent. The gent don't go well, swing 'em in a center with a two-fair whirl and a lead 'em up two and they buckle up four. Change the right hand lady for the left hand round. Point her with the right as she comes round with the hickory log and the popper stump, the whole floor and everybody jump. Circle balance beat to the next and change the rabbit, change the whirl and chase that pretty good around the world. Now the possum, now the coon, and now that big boy around that room. I'll swing 'em in a center with a two-fair whirl and a lead 'em up two and they buckle up.
Local weed.
What?
Change the right hand lady for the left hand round. Point her with the right as she comes round. Circle balance beat to the next with a boy around a boy and a girl around a girl, well a girl around a boy and a boy around a girl. I'll swing 'em in a center with a two-fair whirl and a lead 'em up two and they buckle up four. Change the right hand lady for the left hand round. The partner with the right as she comes round. Circle balance beat to the next with a bird in the cage with 3-row pin. The bird hop out and the crow hop in. Circle four, you gone again and change the right right hand, lady for the left hand round. The partner by the right as she comes round. All to your homes and everybody swing.
Local weed.
What?
Alum, man, you left and right, your partner right and left, and hurry up, boys, and don't be slow, and sift your meal, and mix your dough, and save a heel, and pat your toe, and meet your partner warm floor. Meet your honey in a batter on the head, she don't like biscuits, feed her cornbread, and chew on the back and squirt on the wall, and swing that gal she ain't too tall. You know where, and I don't care, go park that pretty gal in the chair. Let her go, boys.
Local weed.
What?
I haven't seen any local weed around here for several years.
And now, for our fifth and final feature this week, we bring you the unusual crime drama, The Whisperer. It's time for us to brew up a final pot party excursion into the fantastic, with this tale that has been known as the reefer madness of radio, simply entitled Tea Time for Teenagers.
The Whisperer. The Whisperer. The Whisperer.
Yeah.
Scarelli.
Yeah. What are my instructions?
The syndicate has decided to introduce the widespread use of marijuana into Central City.
That's a cinch. How rough can I get?
We are not interested in methods, only results.
You'll get them.
1 month from today, we will expect 200 regular marijuana addicts among the high school students.
Presenting The Whisperer, starring Carlton Young. The Whisperer, a brilliant man who, losing his voice in an accident which crushed his vocal cords, worked his way deep within the crime syndicate to help destroy it from within. To the underworld, his familiar rattling hiss is the voice of authority, to be obeyed without question. Then a miracle of surgery performed by Dr. Benjamin Lee restored his natural voice, enabling him to resume his real identity. Now, as Philip Galt, brilliant young attorney, he skirts the thin edges of death, living his dual role. For as the Whisperer, he sets in motion the forces of the syndicate in Central City. Then, as Philip Galt, uses his knowledge to fight the organized network of crime which seeks to control the fate of millions in cities and towns across the nation. The only person besides Dr. Lee who knows the Whisperer's true identity is the doctor's nurse, Ellen Norris, who is listening now as the Whisperer completes his call to his superiors in the crime syndicate in New York City.
New York.
Central City reporting. Instructions conveyed to Scarelli will keep you informed.
Oh, Bill, did you have to give those instructions?
Yes, Ellen. As soon as I receive them from my superiors in the syndicate, I must pass them on.
But marijuana means broken lives, heartbreak for parents, too.
I know that, Ellen, but if I refuse, the syndicate will liquidate me before the day is over.
How will Scarelli start this tragedy?
Well, he'll find a high school boy or girl who's a leader and induce them to start selling marijuana.
Well, couldn't we warn the PTA?
No. We must let Scarelli make his contact, then catch him and his men with enough evidence to send him to prison.
Meanwhile, some boy or girl becomes an addict.
They won't work that way. They'll set up a party, spike the drinks, and when everyone is happy, they'll pass out 1 or 2 or as many cigarettes as it takes to get them high.
How terrible.
But until that party, we needn't worry about whoever Scarelli contacts.
Well, that makes me feel somewhat better.
Say, how about leaving the office and having a soda, huh?
Can't. However, if you should just happen, mind you, to come back around 4?
I'll be here with bells on.
That won't be necessary. As you see, we furnish our own bells.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Scarelli, smartly dressed and spending freely, mixes and mingles with the high school crowd, watching, listening for something which will point out a likely student to become his head marijuana pusher. Then...
They told me you're pretty good on that motorcycle, Scrappy.
Huh? Oh, yeah, guess I am at that.
My name is Scarelli.
I'm Scrappy Ritz.
I got a pretty hot car.
Hey, it's you.
Hiya, Scrappy.
Hiya, Nola. Conserving sweaters and what a goop.
You conserve. I'm starved. Hey, Mike.
Yeah?
Feed that Pete Andrade record a nickel, will you?
Sure.
He really sends me.
Calm down.
I understand.
Hey, my bike's outside. How about a spin, huh?
Sorry, Jimmy Bivens is picking me up.
That moldy fig. And how about tonight?
Jimmy Bivens.
I kind of counted on it.
You overlooked one thing.
That convertible?
George.
I didn't overlook it. I ignored it.
Your mistake. Never overlook a convertible. Bye. Thanks for the goo.
What's the rush?
Well, there's Jimmy pulling up outside. Don't take any wooden cassavas. Okay, Jimmy.
That's really burning it, huh?
Huh? Oh, you again. Yeah. Jimmy got a Merc 300 with trimmings.
Yeah? How much that job cost?
$1,500.
I know where a hard worker could make that kind of money.
It don't grow on bushes, friend.
The name's Scarelli. How about dropping in tonight and we'll talk it over, huh?
Where?
Main Hotel, room 1201. 8 o'clock?
I'll be there.
Would you mind telling me why you brought me all the way across town to the hangout for that photo?
Well, I love your company.
That I sometimes doubt. No, you had some other reason.
Well, Ellen, if I were Scarelli, I'd hang around, ask questions, spot a likely pusher, and then make contact.
And you're going to see if Scarelli has been here?
You're a woman of unusual perception. Park it here, as we used to say in my high school days.
Well, 23 skidoo to you, too.
Name it, Mopes.
Mopes?
Okay, squares.
Oh, that I get.
Well, don't lug it. What goes?
Goose?
Goose. What do you want?
Oh.
I've had conversations like this in nightmares.
Look, could we just talk to you?
Jive, dig.
Huh?
Would you humor an old man and just use plain English?
You do. Speak it.
When I have to.
Splendid. We found a ground for mutual understanding. Has an older man properly well-dressed?
A gook.
I'll start over. Has a gook been asking...
Waxing.
Okay. Has a gook been waxing don't tell me... Mope?
George.
Who?
Scrappy wrist. The gook's waxing him about a hot rod.
Oh, now I see.
Wanna bet?
Don't expose me. Where does Scrappy live?
834 Canal Street.
Octagon.
Huh?
I said octagon. That means thanks from 2 squares.
Yes?
We'd like to talk to Scrappy, please.
Oh, dear, he isn't in trouble again.
Oh, no, Mrs. Riss. I'm a lawyer, and I wanted to talk with him about working for me in my office.
Oh, well, come in, Mr.
Galt. And this is Miss Norris.
Oh, how do you do? I wanted Scrappy to go to work. It isn't that he's a bad boy. It's just that he wants so many things and sometimes takes shortcuts to get them. Oh, Scrappy?
I heard what he said, Mom.
Son, I want you to meet...
How much would the job pay?
Well, I could start you at 20 a week.
Chicken feed. I know where I can get...
More? Is that what you were going to say?
Let it go.
Scrappy, easy money usually means risks. The risk of getting caught.
Oh, son, what are you...
I don't know what he's talking about.
And I hope you never will, Scrappy, but I'm a lawyer. And if you ever need help, consider yourself my client. Good evening, Mrs. Riss. Scrappy.
Bye-bye. And you warned Scrappy?
No, I think he's basically a good kid, but a poor actor. If I warned him, his behavior might put Scarelli on his guard.
Can't we follow Scrappy? Let him lead us to Scarelli?
Look there.
What, do you mean the motorcycle?
How long do you think we could keep up with that? No, Ellen, when the time comes, we'll find another way of contacting Scarelli. Now, come on. I have to make a call to the syndicate.
New York.
Central City reporting.
Go ahead, Central City.
Scarelli has found a good high school contact. He's in love, and his rival owns a hot rod.
Keep us informed.
Bill, every time you use that voice, it gives me goosebumps.
That whisper was the only sound I could make when I first met you.
I know, but I'll never get used to it. Oh, by the way, somehow we've been sidetracked on that soda. Could we...
Later. Right now, we have a date to park in front of Scrappy Riss's house until he returns from his meeting with Scarelli.
But that may be hours.
Well, parking can be fun if it's properly approached.
Oh, no, Mope. I may lag in modern idioms, but some things haven't changed since I left high school.
Where you been, Scrawly?
Setting up a pigeon. He's ripe. He's a tough kid in love, and he wants a hot rod.
Well, it sounds like he's already hooked.
Yeah, I'm counting on that. But kids are funny, so...
So, I stand by downstairs just in case, huh?
Yeah, just in case. That's probably him out the back way and hurry.
Gotcha.
Be right with you. Well, come in, Scrappy. You're right on time.
Hey, this joint's a real McCoy.
$30 a day, Scrappy. Always travel first class. It's the only way to live.
If you have the money.
The right guy always has the money.
And you think that's me, huh?
I do. I've been watching you, Scrappy. You're smart, you're tough, and you're a leader. Here, have a cigarette.
Thanks. Hey, what kind of cigarette is this?
Marijuana?
What's the idea? You're trying to make an addict of me?
At one time, Scrappy, they arrested you for drinking whiskey. But now we're more enlightened, and whiskey is offered for legal sale. Well, in 10 years, the same will be true of marijuana.
Yeah, I think I'll go now, Mr. Scarelli.
Scrappy, I like you. How would you like to make $200 a week?
$200 a week?
At least.
My old man never made that much.
But you can. We organize 10 groups of 20 friends. Each stick costs 50 cents. At first, your customers will average 3 a week. That's $600 a week.
Yeah, and 10% of 600 is still 60.
Only at first. Once they get the habit, why...
You can stop right there.
That's merely a figure of speech. Later, they'll enjoy maybe 3 a day, and that nets $2,100 a week, or $210 for you.
Oh, no. For this, I'll not go to jail.
Just a minute.
You intend to try to stop me?
No, of course not, son. Of course not. Come on, I'll give you time to think it over. Now, just to show you there's no hard feelings, Scrappy, I'll give you a drive in my car. Here it is. Did you like it?
Who wouldn't?
Cost $20,000. British job, 362. Slip under the wheel, twirl it around the block.
Hey, you really mean it?
Of course I do. Get in and I'll brief you, and then you can burn the rubber.
Hey, this baby really turns over.
Yeah. Do a power turn around that corner by my hotel.
Okay. Here goes.
Good boy. You can really drive. Hey, look out. Look out.
Is he?
Yes, son. He's dead.
Oh, what am I going to do?
Well, if we report this, you get 20 years.
But it was an accident.
That's why I'm going to help you. Now, help me put his body in the trunk, and I'll get rid of it where they'll never find it.
That might get you in trouble.
I'll take that risk, provided you'll be my head pusher.
You mean marijuana? But I already told you.
Either that or 20 years. Which will it be? Hurry.
All right. I'll sell you marijuana.
You are listening to The Whisperer, the story of Philip Galt, the man who walks on the thin edge of death as he lives a double identity.
And this week, The Whisperer is brought to you by Little Egypt brand cigarettes. The only smoke in the pyramid-shaped box. Who are also legally obligated to remind you that smoking wacky tobacco is definitely a way to get your life off tracky. So, instead, why not enjoy a flavorful, delicious, and completely legal Little Egypt brand cigarette? Government-sanctioned sin. For everyone within our borders, that is. And now we return you to another Overheard in the Dark episode of The Whisperer. Here on Sheena's Jungle Room, Mid-Valley Mutations, and WFMU.
Philip Galt, known to the underworld as the Whisperer, has ordered the introduction of marijuana into the high school. Now, in his real identity as Philip Galt, he and Ellen are parked outside Scrappy's house when an imported car drives up.
It's Scrappy, all right.
I've never seen that car before.
It's bound to be Scarelli.
No doubt about it.
Hadn't we better follow him?
I think it's more important to talk to Scrappy. Scrappy!
What? Who's there?
It's Mr. Galt.
I want to talk to you.
Are you in trouble?
No. Why should I be?
Well, just remember what I said earlier today about being your friend. Let me know if you get in over your head.
Get in. That's a laugh. I'm already in 10 times deeper than that.
Something dreadful had happened tonight. You should have stopped it.
That was my first mistake, Ellen. My second was in not following Scarelli. Now we've got to find him if it takes all night. Oh, well, that's that. Just checked every motel, garage, and hotel in town. That foreign car has disappeared.
Could we stop for a goo before you drop me off at my place?
Of course. Come on, Moke.
That all-night diner looks wonderful to me.
In you go. 2 hamburgers with everything.
Did we overlook any place where Scarelli and I...
Ellen, no names.
I'm sorry.
Pardon me. With my good, I need more room to pass.
Oh, sorry.
Well, thank you, Laura.
I've seen
Oh.
that man running a boat. She was listening to Jack.
Why, Scrappy, awake at 3:15?
What do you want?
A man named Galt is searching for my car. It's hidden at the casino, but if he finds it, those fingerprints will hang in.
But Mr. Scarelli...
You must get rid of Galt.
No!
I'll be at your house by 3:25. Be ready.
But I...
They can't hang you any higher for 2 murders than for 1.
The goo was delicious.
Well, in that case, do you mind if I stop and pick up something at my place?
Oh, my, no. I'm used to joyriding at 3:30 in the morning.
I'll only be a moment.
Phil!
Keep down.
Shoot again! No, leave me alone!
Killing Wayne.
Scarelli is, yes, but Scrappy shot at me. Yes?
I'm sorry.
Come on inside, kid. We've a lot to talk over. So Scarelli's staying at the main hotel.
Phil, what are you going to do?
Scrappy, we have a job to do. Can you regain his confidence?
I'll try.
His next move will be to set up a party where he'll pass out marijuana. Can you learn the time and place and phone me?
Yes, sir, but what happens when this is over?
Then, Scrappy, it looks as though you'll have to stand trial for manslaughter. Now, I think you'd better go home.
After Scrappy leaves, Philip Galt dials the main hotel. As the receiver at the other end is lifted, he speaks in the voice of the Whisperer.
Mr. Scarelli, please. When? Just now. Thank you.
He's checked out?
10 minutes ago. That means he knows we've talked to Scrappy.
Who are you calling?
Scrappy's mother. He must stay at home until I can get there. His life depends on it.
Welcome home, Scrappy.
Huh?
You bungled it.
Yeah, I know it.
Did Galt see you tonight?
Oh, no.
All right. Tomorrow night we're giving a party at the casino for 20 of your friends.
I'll tell him tomorrow.
You'll call them with my gun in your ribs.
Huh?
When you finish, you'll be locked in the refrigerator vault.
Why are you doing this?
I saw you come out of Galt's place. Scrappy, your number is really up.
Did you find him?
Oh, I've looked all day without a trace. But I did learn that Scarelli's giving a party tonight for teenagers at the casino.
The casino.
My guess is that Scrappy's a prisoner there.
What time is the party?
It's already underway. I'm going out now and try to rescue Scrappy. Ellen, phone Lieutenant Denvers. Tell him to surround the casino. When I fire 2 shots, have his men crash in. Now, you got that?
2 shots. Right.
Good girl. It must be timed right. Too soon, no evidence. Too late, a lot of fine kids will be headed for a place I'd rather they didn't go.
Well, good evening, Mr. Galt. I've been waiting for more than an hour.
Sorry if I've kept you waiting, Scarelli.
I'll take your gun. Thank you. Come on. As you can hear, my party is in progress.
So it would seem.
In here.
Very substantial.
It's the meat storage vault. However, the walls are thin enough that you can hear the happenings. And later, well, we'll discuss that later. Now, if you'll excuse me, my guests are waiting.
Mr. Galt?
You all right, Scrappy?
I'm half frozen. I was afraid you wouldn't get here in time.
Has he passed out any marijuana?
No, but he's getting ready to. Hey, listen.
Are you kids having fun? All right, then, I've got something you're gonna really go for. Everybody step up and get a free cigarette.
Oh, no, we gotta do something. Those kids don't know what's about to happen.
The police may be here by now.
Police? You got a signal?
2 gunshots.
Oh, you're gonna get a gun.
Move this empty cardboard carton over there while I break this window with this chicken.
Chicken?
It's frozen, hard as a hammer.
Here's the carton. What now?
Your belt.
All right. But why?
I'll double it. Now stand back. I've heard they do this on the radio. I hope it wasn't just publicity. It worked!
Oh, no!
Over here in the refrigerator. Open the door. Corral must get away.
Thanks. See that.
All right, come on. Give me that. Come on. All right, you kids, toss those cigarettes in the fireplace. Move now. I'll grab the first one who tells where they got one.
He's getting rid of the evidence.
You over there, move.
Scarelli.
What?
Drop that gun.
Go.
Drop it, Scarelli. All right, everybody, it's all over. The police will be here, and take over.
Dennis.
Well, this is a haul. Outside we grab the drivers and the marijuana, and inside we find Philip Galt, boy murderer.
That man has narcotics on his body, and he shot first, Lieutenant.
You wish?
I have 30 witnesses to prove it.
We'll pass that for now. How'd you know about this unless you're implicated in the marijuana business?
My client, Scrappy Wrist, told me.
Oh, that right, Scrappy?
Yes, sir.
Then you must be implicated in this, too.
No, sir,
My client is innocent of any wrong intent. He was coerced.
No use, Mr. Galt. I can't take it any longer. I killed a man.
Oh. In that case, Scrappy, you're under arrest.
Lieutenant, before you do a foolish thing, can we see the prisoners?
Well, it won't help Scrappy, but... Morrison, bring in the prisoners.
Do any of them look familiar, Scrappy?
What? Hey, it can't be. It's the man I ran over.
There's the man you thought you ran over. He and Scarelli pulled the old insurance gag. This man screamed, acted as though the car hit him, and fell.
Yeah, but I helped put him in the trunk.
And we're too excited to notice that he wasn't even injured.
All right. You, what's your name?
Ed.
Is this true? Talk up.
Yeah, and that's all I'm going to say.
You said enough. Well, Galt, looks like you're clean. What are you going to do with these kids?
I'd suggest that you take them to the station, Lieutenant. Call their parents and show them how narrowly Central City averted a tragedy. You might also suggest that the PTA show some of the fine educational films available on marijuana and how it leads to a worse addiction. Tonight's event should prove that it can happen here. Only an alerted and enlightened public can prevent its further spread.
Phil, now that it's over, can I please have that soda?
Just as soon as I contact the syndicate. Just take a minute. I've already given the operator... Shh.
Yes.
Central City reporting.
Go ahead, Central City.
scurrily bungled. The entire gang captured. The public is vigorously aroused. I advise that present plans be discontinued.
We will take such action. For new instructions, call Chicago at midnight.
Chicago at midnight. The Whisperer.
The Whisperer is based upon stories and characters created by Stetson Humphrey. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. Carlton Young is starred as the Whisperer. Betty Moran is Ellen. Others in the cast were Julius Kralbein, Jerry Farber, Alice Backus, Eddie Firestone, Paul Frees, and Ruth Parrott. Script was by Ann Gill, original music by Johnny Duffy, and the entire production was directed by Bill Karn. Next week, listen to another exciting adventure with
The Whisperer.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
You have been listening to Dimestore Radio Theater on Sheena's Jungle Room, brought to you by Mid-Valley Mutations. We hope that you will join us again next week. Until then, be seeing you.